They ignored you when you were begging for clarity. They watched you cry, question yourself, and fight to keep the relationship alive. But the moment you finally stopped calling, stopped explaining, and started walking away, they came back. Suddenly, they missed you. Suddenly, they were ready to talk. Suddenly, you were the only person who ever understood them. But here's the question you need to ask. Did they finally recognize your value, or did they simply feel themselves losing control? Because sometimes people do not return when they realize they love you. They return when they realize you no longer need them. For months, maybe years, you were predictable. They knew you would answer. They knew you would forgive them. They knew that after every argument, every disappearance, and every broken promise, you would eventually reach out. You became their emotional safety net. They could walk away without truly losing you. And as long as they believed you would always be waiting, they had no reason to change. Then something shifted. You became tired. Not the kind of tired that disappears after a good night's sleep, the kind that reaches your soul. You stopped demanding answers from someone committed to confusing you. You stopped trying to prove your worth to someone who benefited from making you question it. You stopped chasing closure and created your own. That silence changed the balance of power. For the first time, they could no longer feel your attention following them. And that is when the messages began. Hey, stranger. I was thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. Sometimes they mention an old memory. Sometimes they apologize without saying exactly what they did wrong. Sometimes they create an emergency because they know your compassion is the easiest door back into your life. These messages may sound romantic, but look beneath the words. They are often tests. They are checking whether they still have access to you. One response tells them the connection is still alive. One emotional conversation proves that they can still affect you. One late-night meeting can return the relationship to the same cycle you fought so hard to escape. This does not mean that every person who returns is manipulating you. People can reflect. People can mature. People can genuinely regret losing someone. But real change has evidence. It does not arrive as a beautiful paragraph at midnight. It appears as accountability. A changed person does not say, "I'm sorry you felt hurt." They say, "I hurt you. This is what I did. This is what I have changed, and I understand if you do not trust me yet." A changed person respects your boundaries even when those boundaries prevent them from getting what they want. They do not pressure you to forgive quickly. They do not use guilt. They do not demand credit for promises they have not yet kept. Most importantly, they do not return offering the exact same relationship in prettier packaging. That is the difference between someone missing you and someone being ready for you. Missing you is a feeling. Being ready requires action. Before you open that door again, ask yourself 3 questions. First, why did I finally leave? Do not answer from loneliness. Answer from memory. Remember the nights you could not sleep. Remember how often you had to explain basic respect. Remember the version of yourself who kept shrinking to preserve the relationship. Second, what has actually changed? Not what have they promised. Not what do you hope will happen. What is different today? If the answer is nothing measurable, then their return is not a new beginning. It is another invitation into the old cycle. Third, do I miss this person, or do I miss the relief of feeling wanted again? That question can save you years. Rejection hurts, so when the person who rejected you returns, it can feel like justice. It can feel as though you finally won. But being chosen by the person who broke you does not automatically heal the wound. Sometimes it simply reopens it. Your healing disturbed the old arrangement. You learned to live without their messages. You rebuilt the parts of yourself that disappeared inside the relationship. You discovered that peace can initially feel lonely when you have become accustomed to chaos. Now they are standing at the door, offering familiarity. And familiarity can be dangerous because it often feels like love, even when it was the source of your pain. You do not owe someone access to the new version of you simply because they knew the old one. You are allowed to accept their apology without restarting the relationship. You are allowed to believe they miss you and still choose yourself. You are allowed to love someone from a distance where they can no longer damage your peace. Sometimes they come back because they have changed, but sometimes they come back because you have. You became harder to control. You became comfortable with silence. You discovered that losing them was not the end of your life. It was the beginning of getting yourself back. So if they return, do not ask only, "Do they still love me?" Ask the question that protects your future. Does their presence make my life healthier, or does it pull me back into the person I fought to escape? If this message found you while someone from your past is trying to return, comment one word: peace. Not because you hate them, not because you never cared, but because this time, your peace must be more valuable than their attention. Subscribe to Wonder Jenny and the Robot. Here, we investigate the psychology behind the relationships that change us and learn how to recognize the truth before the cycle begins again.